May I have your attention? We're going to call the meeting to order. First on the agenda, we're going to set the meeting agenda. Has there been any amendments, additions, or subtractions anybody's aware of that we need to take note of? If not, I'd like to make a motion to approve. Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. The next on the agenda is the Merit Board overview, which Myers Morton is going to address this. Has some very informative information.
Myers Morton here. Work for the law director's office. I'm a deputy law director. And like most every other county employee, we're employees at will. What that means is we can be fired for any reason. We can be fired for no reason. We can be fired for wrong reasons, bad reasons. But we can't be fired for illegal reasons. That's an employment will, and that's the general law in the state of Tennessee. And especially Knox County, we're all employees at will. Now, that's different for the sheriff's employees. Okay? So, absent a merit system, everybody is an employee at will. Now, what a merit system ensures is that employees with the sheriff's department, sheriff's office, can only be hired, promoted, demoted, laid off, or employment terminated for good reasons. The merit system also requires certain due process for employees at the sheriff's office. Procedures, measures, protections, requirements before any employment actions can be taken. State law allows counties to adopt civil service boards. And the first exhibit I handed out is Knox County's ordinance where we adopted this merit system. It goes from section 42 to 52 all the way through, I'm getting there. All the way through 4267. And I note there's reserved 4268 through 85 for future county commission ordinances. And this has been altered over the years, and modernized is a good way to put it. Understand one thing, in Tennessee, the Tennessee Constitution in the very beginning lists certain state officials, the governor, the legislature, the judiciary, and the sheriff. I mean, originally, there's always a sheriff in Tennessee, and understand that the sheriff is a constitutional officer, and that carries weight. That means the legislature, they can't do a lot. The sheriff, they can't tell the sheriff what to do a lot, okay? But just understand the sheriff is one of the named officials in the state of Tennessee in the Tennessee Constitution, okay? They're a constitutional office, which gives them a lot of weight and importance in our system of government, okay? So, in these policies, section 2.5 this is the ordinance, okay? Now, under that, the Knox County Sheriff's Office Merit System Board has adopted policies and procedures, and Paula has them on our website, and they're updated, and those are underneath, those are govern procedure and what we do here, okay? And section 2.5 of our rules and regulations states, employment in the Knox County Sheriff's Office shall be based on merit and fitness and free from personal bias and political consideration. To that end, the Merit Board utilizes processes and procedures in hiring, promotions, demotions, layoffs, and employment actions with the sheriff to ensure employment with the Knox County Sheriff's Office is merit-based and not discretionary employment at will, as in other county departments. So it's different from every other county department, the way the employees are treated and, okay? Now, the second exhibit I handed out is this Moss versus Shelby County. This is a case where Moss sued the Shelby County Civil Service Merit Board. And this is a Supreme Court case, and I refer to page 7. There's a footnote that's, it's pretty good. It's footnote 5. It says, the Court of Appeals has previously addressed what exactly qualifies as quote unquote just cause. And I don't recall a Supreme Court decision using that word exactly on describing a Court of Appeals decision. But I'm just saying when the Supreme Court says exactly, this is the gospel on what just cause means. And here's what it says. The term cause implies good cause, which must be substantial. But any reasonable, sufficient cause may be ground for dismissal, and the power to discharge is not limited to specific grounds. The term cause is construed to mean some substantial shortcoming which renders continuance in the office or employment in some way detrimental to the discipline and efficiency of the service, and something which the law and sound public policy recognize as good cause for removal. So when there's a question of employment action, this is a good example or a good definition of what has the reason for good cause, okay? Now, history of the merit system in the state. In the state legislature passes laws. Sometimes they pass what are called private acts that just apply to one county. Well, in 1970, the state legislature passed a private act that applied just to Knox County alone that established a merit system for employees of the sheriff. Knox County was the first in the state, I understand, to have a merit system for sheriff employees. So it's 1970. In 1974, the state legislature passed a law called County Sheriff Civil Service Law of 1974, which made sheriff's merit systems applicable statewide. That's where county commissions could decide to have one. The private act of 1970 no longer is in effect because in 1990, effective September 1st, 1990, Knox County voted to have the home charter rule. We have a charter now. And in that process of setting up a charter, that private act setting up in 1970, the merit system was repealed. After that was repealed, the county commission said, they adopted most, but not all, the state law on merit. It's called the County Sheriff Civil Service Law of 1974, and our ordinance adopted most of that. And let me say that the state law of 1974 has one mandatory provision that has to be in every merit system. And that's the third exhibit. I handed out a copy of that statute. It's Tennessee Code Annotated 88419. It's called Political Activity Restricted. The state law required every merit system to have this law, and I'll let you read it. But it doesn't. What it says is no employee of the sheriff's office. No, I'm sorry, that's a different one. Pardon me. No person holding a position in the classified service shall take an active part in a political campaign while on duty. And this I don't need to go through the entire statute, but this is state law, and it has to do with political activity being restricted for employees of the sheriff's office. Okay. and it's limited, okay? There's another non-mandatory provision in the state law which provides that elected or otherwise appointed officials cannot serve on merit boards. Knox County didn't choose that. It's not part of ours. Appointed or elected people can serve on this board in Knox County. Now, looking at our ordinances, the first exhibit, 4252, defines who is covered and what employees in the sheriff's office are covered by the merit system. And the first sentence says, the classified service to which this ordinance shall apply shall include all positions and all employees of the sheriff's office except for the sheriff and up to 10 additional appointed positions at his or her discretion. And that used to be 7. Now they've recently added it up to 10. Also not included are those employees whose income derives from fees for service of civil papers and those primarily involve the court officers and bailiffs. And that last exhibit I handed everybody is Judge Spangler's letter to Ms. Taylor, the executive director, listing who is not covered under the merit system. There's 7 here. And then toward the end, finally, in these ordinances, on the third page, the first exhibit, the third page, it's section 4253. That lists what your powers are. That's an exclusive list of what your powers are. 1 through 11. I don't need to read through it. And then one last thing. Knox County has an ordinance that requires everybody that serves on any board, including this board, to be bound by the Knox County Code of Ethics. Knox County adopted a policy. The ethics policy defines who it applies to, and every member of all Knox County boards and officials are covered by that ethics. And you need to make sure you need to review. I think we have. Everybody has to review those ethics rules. And there's a short seminar that I think that is provided for us to review to listen. Okay. Any questions? That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Myers, thank you very much. I'd ask Myers to get this presentation together because I think as a board, we all need to hear this, review what we've been bound to do and constrained to do in our history. It was very interesting to go through this, and thank you very much for your presentation. At this time, we need to approve the minutes of the last meeting. Has everybody had an opportunity to check those and review them? Can I get a motion to approve? Motion. Second?
I'll make a second.
Okay, that's approved. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Those minutes are approved. At this time, we need to have the request for approvals for some KCSO job descriptions. Whoever's going to bring those, come up and speak, please.
Good afternoon. I'm Steve Webb. I'm a captain with Knox County Sheriff's Office.
Thank you, Mr. Webb.
I am presenting the law enforcement fire investigation detective position. and the date of the last revision was July 2026. Is the date that's on this because we adopted from the Fire Bureau, from the Knox County Fire Bureau, we adopted these positions within the Sheriff's Office in 2016. This is the first time that a written position for this has been presented to merit. And you should have a copy of it. Just a quick review of it. It's a law enforcement fire investigator. They do liaison with the Knox County Fire Bureau. They investigate fires within Knox County. The fire investigation detective has the primary responsibility to assist in the direction of the unit activities such as the shift duty assignments, investigation, criminal offenses, events, and departmental reports. Basically, they respond to reports of all fires and a lot of the hazardous materials calls within Knox County. So that's just a real basic overview of that, but I think the position itself, each of you have a copy of. We currently have 2 full-time investigators in that position.
Did you say that there was an update to the position description?
Well, that's what this is the
whole
first
thing.
one
Okay.
that's ever been written for
Gotcha.
this
So this is
position
the update. Okay.
since we adopted it in 2016. All of the personnel that were in the previous position when it was with Knox County Fire Bureau adopted, just switched over with us, under us. So
Can you tell me what your current grade positions are, or what's the progression for this? Or is this a singular position for a grade 12?
yeah, for this position, it's a detective grade position.
Right.
And I believe they're all the same entry level grade for detective.
Okay.
So it would be a position above patrol that would be bid, and someone would move into a new investigator position.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Webb, is this position something as a detective for a fire investigation? Do you work with like Rural Metro or KPD or?
They
KFD, excuse me.
liaison with all of the above, Rural Metro, Carnes, KFD. They work with a lot of the different agencies, and any of them that are within Knox County, they work with.
Okay, thank you. Any more questions? I'll make a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's been approved.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Debbie Rogers, Captain, Civil Warrants Division. The request that we have is that I'm asking for is a new position. It's the intent to promote a civilian to a supervisory role within the Civil Warrants Division. We have 7 clerks right now that work within the office, and we need 1 to be a supervisor. We bring in approximately $2 million a year in the Civil Warrants Division, and we have a lot of work that goes out of there, and it's very much needed, a supervisor.
So there's currently a civilian.
They're all civilians, the clerks inside the Civil Warrants Division that
Okay.
prepare the civil process to go out and be served by our officers. They're civilian positions. And one of those civilians will be promoted from within to be a supervisor.
Okay. So as a supervisor, will that still be a civilian position, or will that actually
Yes,
be?
sir.
Okay.
It'll still be civilian.
Okay.
We have any more questions? Can I get a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second?
I'll second.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
Hi, I'm William Purvis, Chief of Corrections for the Knox County Sheriff's Office. I have two positions, a substance abuse coordinator and a reentry coordinator. Both of these are existing positions that originally started out as grant positions, and then when the grant ran out, we adopted them into, they were originally placed in appointed positions because they didn't go through the process for the merit system, but we're now looking to bring them underneath the merit system.
Any questions? This does apply to the substance abuse coordinator and the reentry program coordinator.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So are these budgeted positions moving forward since the grant dollars have gone away?
Yes, both of them are budgeted positions. They have been budgeted. One is presently occupied, the other is not. The substance abuse coordinator currently is occupied. The other one at this moment isn't.
So are you seeking a candidate for that position now to fill it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do you feel like the program coordinator will be somebody brought in from within the sheriff's department or somebody that you're looking for?
It could
outwards?
be. It could be, sir. There could be someone we bid in internally first, and if they met the requirements, try to bring them into that position. If we don't get a candidate internally, then we'll bid it out externally and try to have someone come in to do it. They have specific educational requirements and experience, and if we have someone that meets that, they can bid on that.
Okay, thank you. Do we have any more questions? Okay. I'd like to make a motion to approve both of these positions. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, these are approved.
Thank you very much.
Before we adjourn, I'd like to make one brief statement. It's brought to my attention that my term on the board is over September the 20th, so this will be the last board meeting that I attend. I'd just like to thank Mary Jacobs for appointing me to this board. I've served 4 years. I'd like to thank Paula Taylor and her staff, who does a wonderful job. She keeps the wheels on this machine. Looks like it's well-oiled. Myers Morton in his law office has done a spectacular job trafficking all the things that we need to be aware of. Thank you for Sheriff Tom Spangler. He's done a wonderful job. His career's ending soon, but we thank him in the service of all the KCSO men and women. I've never met a finer group ever. They're just so professional, and the service to our community is awesome. I'd like to thank you for all the board members here today. I've had great confidence they will continue at the highest level and serve our community well. It's been a privilege. Thank y'all very much. Now I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Meeting adjourned.